Hey, it's Mike with Riding in the Ozarks, and I'm pulling out of Barnhouse Harley Davidson on a Street Bob 114 doing a demo ride. So I just got off the Pan America. If you haven't seen that video, I'm sure it's already out. I'll do it first. Get that down, get that wind out of your face. So got a little acceleration there. I was worried about traffic. So yeah, this bike doesn't have any windshield, so I definitely feel more wind and hear more wind, but let's get on with this thing. So yeah, rider position for the knees is a little high for me, but not terrible. I'd like forward controls. These aren't quite what I would call forward controls. I'm used to having my feet out on the highway bars. That's probably my biggest problem, ergonomics on riding other bikes. But rear brake doesn't seem as, I guess I'm used to the street glide where you have link braking. I'm assuming this must not. But probably the rear, I didn't have a lot of braking. Grabbed the front, and there she is. So that's great. I think it's a great looking bike. This is one of their more affordable Softails, and we'll see how it handles these corners up here. I'm gonna back off a little, let these guys get a little room in there. I'm down in a second. One thing about it, well, I do have somebody behind me. I don't know if that was that's the tail rider. So I can't get crazy. But yeah, they said if we do any passing or anything unsafe, they'll bring a ride to a stop. So I'll have to behave. But we'll see how it feels in the corners here. I've got just a few twisties up through here. I will say, compared to the Pan America, I think the Pan America has better suspension. It really rode smooth. I can tell a little difference. This is the same road we rode on the Pan America. This is not, quite as premium a suspension as that bike. This also comes at a lot more affordable price point. So we got some 30-mile-an-hour turns up here. I'm cruising along in third gear. Yeah, I really like the look of this bike, though. The kind of classic styling. That 114 does pull good. It's got that nice Harley V-twin low-down torque. So you dip it into the turn, and she jumps right down to the inside. This corner's good. That mirror where I can see a little better. Let's see how this one feels on the inside. Oh yeah, she likes the turns. She likes to get down in the turns. If anybody buys one of these and wants to let Riding in the Ozarks take it out for a couple of hours, that'd be awesome. We'd love to do a more extensive ride on it. The only thing about these demo rides, you're kind of in formation. There's only so much you can do. But first impressions is this is a nice bike. I mean, it handles good. Suspension's probably, your typical Harley Davidson Softail suspension. I know everybody says the new Softails ride a lot better than the old ones because of the new mono shock in the back. And it doesn't ride bad, but I do feel the bumps in the road more than I do than on, say, the Pan America. And I'm only comparing it to that because I just rode this road on the Pan America. But this has got that Harley V-twin sound. One thing about this, I just rode the Honda Rebel 1100. One of my complaints about the 1100 is it felt like when you squeezed the tank, you were crushing your boys down there because that bike was so narrow. I don't feel like that on this bike, and the Harley feels, I guess, what I expect a cruiser to feel. But I don't think my feet are as wide at the bottom, so I don't know what kind of lean angle we've got with this bike and stuff, but for a cruiser, it feels sporty. It feels good. I really kind of like the powder-coated bars on this and the whole blacked-out look. This bike's got a blacked-out engine, and the digital display's down there in the bar mount, and that's cool. It makes it a very clean-looking bike. There was a little 6-gear roll, and she did good. Lots of torque. That's what these Harleys are known for, how torquey that engine is. It may not be the fastest bike on the road, but it feels good when you roll on that throttle. It brings a smile to your face. brings up that blood pumping, and it gets your adrenaline going. It may not be a race bike, but sometimes it feels like a race bike. You know what I mean? You know, it's fun. All motorcycles should be fun. And I think most are. I usually enjoy riding almost any bike. You know, that's me. Looks like we've got another turn. We're making a right hand here. The traditional Harley controls on this, Pan America's controls were a little different. This is just what you would expect on a Harley Davidson Softail or pretty much any Harley. Roll through that little turn at 7. Second gear, plenty of power. Kind of a fun little road. I might have to come ride this on something else sometime. I mean, the pavement's not great, but it's got a little bit of twisties for being so close to town. A little hop from 3rd to 4th. Front brakes feel good. Nice and strong. I didn't look. I'll have to check and see if this is a single or dual disc. I expect it to be a single disc, but it might not be. There's a brake caliper on that side. Nope, single disc. There we go. This bike just got the 114 upgrade this year. And this beautiful orange paint job. I really dig this paint job. I do think if you want a modern Softail from Harley Davidson that has kind of that classic look, this is the bike. I'm not big on that Fat Bob look, but boy, this Street Bob's, I think, a really sharp, classic looking Harley Davidson with some of the modern technology in it. You know, you've got looks like a miles odometer in there. We got a gear indicator. We got speed. You got a gas gauge built in. Not sure what else you need. I mean, if you're wanting kind of a bare, modern cruiser, this is really a great option. I want to say this bike's in the $14,000 or $15,000 range. We'll throw the price up on the screen here now. But it's really kind of one of their more affordable, you know, big twins. Would you downshift and let the engine decel go in there, and you really hear that Harley V-twin. You give it a little crack in the throttle, you feel that front end, you know, just kind of lurch. You know you got all that torque just waiting to be turned loose. I'm rolling around 45 mile an hour in 3rd gear here in this kind of residential area. So trying to really kind of keep her up in the RPMs, piss the neighbors off, and had this bike ready to perform at a flick of her wrist. That was like a 45 to 60 roll. That's about all I got room for. I don't want to get it flagged for being unsafe. But we'll see how that turns out in the video. Put a stop clock on it. I think I was getting close to 60. So that's about all I had room for. And it's good to be safe. I mean, I can't blame these guys. There's liability. Harley Davidson does not want to get sued by anybody, and we don't want anybody getting hurt. That's the only problem with these demo rides. Is you're in a group. I'm kind of glad I'm in the back this time. I give myself a little room and play. We'll get this extra ramp. Give him a little room. All right. 40. Rev limiter back there. Should have shifted sooner. I'm used to something different. Used to have the higher rev limiter. My rev limiter on my street line's been bumped. Feels good at 80. Alright, we're going to have another exit ramp here where we might be able to get another little roll. I know this is considerably bigger than the Honda Rebel, but boy, this thing performs. It feels good. $40. fun bike to ride, and I think if you're looking for a classic cruiser from Harley Davidson, you want that kind of clean, old school look, this is a great bike. Previous year it was a 107 and a solo seat, so those are some nice upgrades for 2021, and I really love this beautiful orange paint scheme. Well guys, thanks for hanging out with me on another first ride video on the Street Bob 114. There goes the Pan America again.
If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you do that YouTube thing, check out the content on my channel. And if you dig it, don't forget to subscribe down below. Ring that bell to be notified the next time I drop a new video. And as always, thank you for support. Stay safe and keep on riding.